Hey guys and ghouls, this is Shooter of the Elderly Nerd Crew, and today, on the latest episode of Shooter Rank Stuff, I'm going to be ranking the Child's Play / Chucky franchise. And well, I'm going to bring in a special guest today, Nightclover, also of the Elderly Nerd Crew. He's going to rank his movies as well. So we'll roll the intro, and then when we get back from that, we'll start ranking them. Alright, as promised, I have Nightclover here to help me with this Shooter Ranks episode. So we're going to get started. It's going to be a little bit different. You know, normally I split them up, but we're just going to do it all straight into one today since I have a partner in crime. So we're going to start at 8, and I'll hand it over to Nightclover to reveal his number 8.
Are we going from the worst to the best?
Worst to the best. That's how I do it.
Best. Okay. Well, without a doubt, I think the worst on mine is probably the worst on yours, and that's Seed of Chucky. That's about it's just stupid. I mean, I remember just seeing that in the first. I mean, I watched it one time, and I never really cared about watching it again. I mean, watching Chucky and Tiffany, you know, go do the deed and everything, and end up having a baby, and watching, you know, a doll have a baby. It was ridiculous. I couldn't get into it. And the first time was enough. Well,
actually, I have the next to latest one, not the remake, people.
Oh, okay.
But I have the Cult of Chucky.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because I didn't like that one because stupid, the multiple Chuckies. But the way they done the multiple Chuckies now, and just like the whole pervy fucking guy trying to rape. I can't remember her name, but it's the Brad Dourif's daughter is the one who plays her, the main girl in the wheelchair, and just, I don't know, it was just convoluted mess. It was just ridiculous.
Oh, really? That was my next. My next one's Curse of Chucky.
And the only reason Seed of Chucky's not last for me is there is some funny parts in it. I mean, it's funny at times. I just watched it the other day. That's the only reason it's not last on my list.
It's got to be last on mine. It was just too over the top. And I guess you could say that's what makes it funny. But when I went into the movie, I wasn't expecting. You know, some people like horror comedy. You know, me, when I sit down to watch a horror movie, when I sit down to watch Chucky, I expect to see Chucky do his thing. You know, yeah. And this one didn't. This one didn't circulate on Andy at all. It was about Chucky and Tiffany. Yeah. And it just wasn't what I was expecting, and I didn't really care for it.
Yeah, I mean, I seen what they tried to do, where they had a little bit of success with Bride of Chucky with the humor, but this just missed something that was maybe worse actors in it. I mean, because you had, Jack Tripper from Three's Company and Bride of Chucky, but all right. I mean, if that's all you got to say about Seed of Chucky, we can go on to number 7.
Yeah, 7. Well, just like I said, just a minute ago, Curse of Chucky is number 7 to me. I don't know. From my favorite Chucky movies on down the line, it just seemed like they've got worse.
Yeah.
You know, it seemed like they got low budget. They didn't really put a lot of thought into it. They didn't put a good script at all. Didn't seem like it came at all when the movies.
Well, the last two Mancini Chuckies were direct to video.
Yeah.
And now they're planning on a TV show. Can you guess what channel is coming on, people? Fucking Sci-Fi!
I knew it. I knew it was going to be on
Fucking Sci-Fi!
You know how some of them sci-fi movies are, too. Or you said this is going to be a show.
Well, if you've ever seen my Shooter Rank stuff, I mean my Shooter Review shitty movies, and you've seen the last one, Thor, it was a sci-fi movie, so I don't have
Yeah.
high expectations at all for that shit.
It looked like a sci-fi movie. I mean, you can tell them sci-fi movies because you'll see somebody running in a desert and they'll turn around and look and they'll be running from a tidal wave coming at them, you know, and it's like, what the hell are they running from? They're in the middle of a desert somewhere.
Yeah. But, and 7, I got C to Chucky. And my problems with this, all right. If anybody knows, Don Mancini is an openly gay man. So he made this movie pushing the trans agenda. And I have no problem with that. But he solved nothing in this movie because it makes no fucking sense. Usually somebody who is trans they're having a hard time figuring out who they are. They're born a woman, they're trying to be a man. Okay. This doll is stuck going back and forth, and in the end he ends up being both. So I mean, it's kind of I don't know. It just seemed kind of stupid to do it that way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that and Tiffany plus the woman who plays Tiffany's playing herself. What's her name? Arquette. No, it's not Arquette.
No, it's not Arquette.
Rosanna's. No, that's Rosanna Arquette. Jennifer Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly, yeah,
That's
from
right.
Liar Liar.
Yeah,
she played
so
Liar Liar with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, so it's kind of confusing, stupid. It's just fucking stupid. It's a fucking stupid movie, okay? Let's just be honest. It just made me chuckle a couple times. The only reason why it's above that bullshit I call Cult of Chucky. So that's the only reason. Let's just be honest to me. My top 4 are maybe the 5 are the good movies. The rest of them are shit. So we're going to go on to number 6 now.
Well, 6 for me is Bride of Chucky. And I think you said that was your worst.
No, it wouldn't. No. Cult of Chucky.
Cult of Chucky.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at ours different. Our lists are different, I guess, from the way we got them wrote.
Well, that's fine. It's opinions.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's opinions. And I mean, I'm not trying to match yours because you have reasons for yours and I have reasons for mine. And just like I said, the script just got, like I said, it just got stupid. You know, from the very first Chucky to the last one before 2019, which we'll get to that one in a minute. But it wasn't a good movie. I didn't like it. I didn't get into it. You know, the Bride of Chucky. I mean, let's just be real.
I'll speak more on that why I like it a little bit better than you, but I don't like it that much better than you, but I do like it better. I got Curse of Chucky on here. I thought it was a little bit better than Cult of Chucky, but like I said, it's just Andy comes back in at the end, but this new, and then you got to tie in Tiffany. I thought the movie excited me at first because there's no Tiffany, there's no Tiffany doll, but somehow Tiffany in her human form shows up at the end of the fucking movie and ruins it. So I mean, and this I don't know. It's just direct-to-video certainly hurt it. So that's about all I got to say for my 6. If you got to touch on Bride of Chucky anymore.
No, I'm done. I said what I want to say about that piece of crap.
So here we go to the top 5. And for me, these are the decent movies for me to the best. So start off with your 5.
My 5 is Cult of Chucky. I actually enjoyed Cult of Chucky. I thought it was pretty good. You know, it went straight to video. But I ended up purchasing it. You know, I mean, it's part of my Chucky collection I have. You know, if you're going to have a Chucky collection, you might as well have them all, even if they suck. You know, you got.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're still on sale, but I had already had Child's Play, the original, because I bought it one day for like $3.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, since the new movie released, they had 2 through Curse of Chucky on sale for $20 on the Xbox Live store. If y'all want to check that out, I don't know if it's still there or not. It was last week, like I said, last Sunday.
$20 is that? What format is that?
HD.
Oh, okay.
For 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
Bride, Seed, and Cult.
So it's $20 for all of them. Okay.
Every one of them except for the first one and the Cult of Chucky. So,
yeah. But I enjoyed Cult of Chucky. You know, seeing Andy grown up, having Chucky locked away in that little thing he had him locked into, and he was on a quest to, kill anything that had to do with him, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty enjoyable film. Even though it's one of the last ones, like I said, the story the story got a little ridiculous from the beginning to the end. But in between, in my opinion, when Curse and Bride and Seed of Chucky came out, that's where it got a little just got away from me. But Cult of Chucky came out, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a decent film. And then then the next one was 2019, which I'm sure it don't have nothing to do with Cult of Chucky. We know that. I don't think it has anything to do with the same director or writer or anything.
No,
like that.
he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, so. But I enjoyed Cult of Chucky. I thought it was pretty decent.
Well, my 5 is Bride of Chucky, and I like it a little bit better because it doesn't make fun of it. I mean, it makes fun of itself. Like if you look at the beginning, you can see Jason's mask, Freddy's glove, Leatherface's chainsaw, and Michael Myers' his mask. But it's out of date too because there's a spot in the movie where him and his son are out joyriding and they kill Britney Spears, and then he goes, "Oops, I did it again," which is kind of outdated, which I'm sure that joke went over well when the movie came out, but people might not know what that shit is about today. But yeah, I just thought that one was pretty funny because it had better actors in it than. I mean, it had Katherine Heigl, who was on like one of them hospital shows, ain't she? Like
Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, she was on Grey's Anatomy.
And then John Ritter of Three's Company fame's in it. So, I mean, it had a little bit better cast of probably any Chucky movie up to this point.
Yeah.
But that's about all I got to say, about that one. So we can go to number 4. What you got at number 4?
Child's Play 3.
Oh, I got it at 4, too. So,
well, tell them what you think about it, because we probably pretty much agree.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed this movie. I mean, it's just like the other two. The humor started coming in a little bit too much. Like, this is the one where the humor started creeping in that would really bring the series down for me, because we already got one wisecracking killer. We didn't need 2. Come on, we got Freddy Krueger. Come on.
Yeah.
But like, there's some things about I didn't like the new guy who played Andy. I can't connect with him. But like, the girl, the main lead girl, she's found out later is Frank the Tank's wife in Old School.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's one of her earliest films. It's one of her earliest films, so.
You talking about, is that the same girl from King of Queens?
No, she was on a bunch of other, like, I think it's The Practice she might have been on a TV show, but she's Frank the Tank's wife that kicks him out when he's streaking on her.
Yeah.
You beside
Will
the car.
Will Ferrell's wife.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know you're talking about now. I'm thinking of that.
Well, I mean, I liked it. I mean, I liked the concept of it. I just did not like the new Andy. That's the only thing. I mean, there's other people I don't know in the movie, but like I don't know their names. But like if you watch this movie, you've seen them in other stuff, so it had a pretty good B cast. I know the main bad guy from the original Dirty Harry. He plays the barber in the movie, and there's a couple other character actors in here. I thought it was good, but like I said, a little bit too much humor for the tone. It just fell out of place when Chucky would make a joke, because this was a darker movie.
Yeah. I've never really been crazy about horror comedy. I mean, yeah, I'm a huge Freddy fan. I love Nightmare on Elm Street. That's one of my favorite series, and I expect that from him.
Yeah.
But from you ain't gonna hear nothing from Jason.
Well, now part 6 is kind of like a horror comedy, but like. It's one of the most beloved because it's not in your face comedy. It's just like one-liners and shit, or when he puts the person's face against the wall and it has the smiley face, shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just making fun of the genre, which I mean, at that point, Friday the 13th needed it, and it was good. It wasn't over the top like Freddy. No. Like, you want to suck face, bitch?
Yeah. Fuck the prime time, bitch.
Eating the one bitch and turned her into cake.
Yeah, like, it had the meatballs on the pizza and stuff. That's for a different. Yeah, I could go on all day about Freddy, but yeah, Child's Play 3 was good. Just like you said, the comedy got a little too much in it. But I was expecting a little bit more darker, and it wasn't as dark as I was hoping it would be. But it's up there. It's my top 4. So,
All right, well, let's go to number 3.
well, my number 3 is the new Child's Play 2019. That's my number 3, and it was hard. It was hard. I was so tempted to put it at number 2, but I loved my number 2 movie, and I just got finished watching this movie, and it was great. It was, I know in your review you had it as one of the best remakes of a horror movie and stuff, and I still have to think about that a little bit. But it was a great horror movie, without a doubt. But, when I think of a remake, I don't think that they're going to go away from the story as much as the original, but this one actually went completely away from the story. I mean, yeah, they kept the Chucky name, they kept the Andy name, but in reference to like a person possessing Chucky, I mean, they went completely away from that.
But see, that's why I appreciate it more, because today the Chucky, the doll they have in this movie, fits this time and age better than.
Yeah, in this generation, I could understand because it's all technical now. Everything's technology. With our iPhones, our iPads, our Xboxes, our PlayStations, our TVs, our computers. I mean, hell, even our watches and our cars nowadays are so technical driven that it's crazy. So yeah, I can understand for what they were trying to do for the times that we live in now, but at the same time, don't get so far away from what made Child's Play Child's Play.
Well, that from my understanding,
but it did have a lot more gore in it, which was shocking to me at first, but. And like you said in your review, I enjoy some gore as long as it's done right. I don't care for a horror gore fest.
Yeah.
That's not scary to me. That's just gore. That's all it is. It shows how much blood and effects you can use to try to make something look scary.
What helped them here was it was practical effects, and they were done good.
Yeah. Well, it was also atmosphere.
Yeah.
Because, Chucky messed with you. He played with you a little bit. You figured he would pop up any second, and you'd wait a minute, and he still ain't popping up, and then all of a sudden you think, well, where the hell's that? Where the hell's he at? And then I'm like, oh shit, there he is. Okay, so yeah, it was a real good movie. I really enjoyed it, and I'm kind of looking forward to watching it again.
Well, the thing about some of the stuff, I've read an interview with the director. He had to cut the one kill of the movie's been out a week. If you spoiler alert. Earmuffs, the boyfriend, the mother's boyfriend, he had to change that because it was too close to one of the kills from the original movie, so he had to change it. He wanted to cut his head off, and there was no cutting the head off in the first movie, but like it was similar to one of the kills. I can't remember which one they said, and plus they couldn't use the reason why they could not use the voodoo because Mancini and Universal own that aspect of it. I don't know how the hell it happened. Like Orion owns certain aspects of the series, and Universal owns the other. I don't know how that. I don't know none of that medical legal jargon in that, but that's just how it is. But I thought it was well done for you. At my number 3, I got Child's Play 2, which I love this movie, and I just watched it the other day too. But there's certain things about it I didn't like, but like the end scenes, like one of the best end scenes in horror movies history at the factory, and that whole fight they're having with the machines and Chucky, which is it's just great. I mean, and Kyle, Christina Lisa's Kyle, she's great. They cut her scene out of Cult of Chucky, which if you watch the unrated, they put it back in, which would probably make me like that movie better. But just. The stepfather was just, the foster father, I didn't really like him. That character was an asshole. And there was some unexplained things like how the fuck did Chucky, Chucky killed the guy from the thing. How in the fuck did he get to the house so quick? I don't know. It's just,
it's just the little things that don't really
make sense.
It matters to some, but not the others, And
it's really creepy. There's some creepy parts to it, like especially when the teenager she's swinging and her feet's dragging the ground. The other Chucky, and the other good guy doll that Chucky bashed and buried, and that was kind of pretty fucking creepy. But
yeah.
I mean, I like it, but well, let's just go on to number 2 if you're done talking about the remake.
Well, my number 2 is Child's Play 2.
Yeah.
Of course, and it's everything that you said. I love the ending in the factory and everything. I mean, that's awesome. That's one of the best endings in in a movie, in my opinion. For a good horror movie, and just the way Chucky just kept fighting at the end. To try to prove hey. You're my friend, I want to be, I'll kill for you. I'll do anything for you, but that didn't matter. They were going to tear him apart.
Yeah.
He done pissed enough people off and killed enough people, so, but, yeah, it was a great script. Just like you said, I didn't care nothing about the stepfather or step foster parent or whatever. He was a dick.
Yeah.
And I didn't like his character, which, I mean, it was well written, because you want to have that one character you don't like. In almost every movie, it's almost like in any movie you have Andy, you have the mama who you feel for, and you feel for Andy, of course, and then they have the dickhead boyfriend or a step parent or in this case a foster parent. But I enjoyed the movie a lot. That's why it's number 2 on my list.
Well, I have the remake at number 2, and I don't know. I just enjoyed this Chucky. Like a lot of people are putting down this Chucky and they're putting down it's not Brad Dourif, but. Damn it, Mark Hamill, if you ever see this, I salute you, pal. You made me.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Chucky's almost sympathetic in this movie to me.
I know.
Like, at the end of it, I can almost feel like, I mean, he don't know any better. He's like, if you haven't seen this, you need to watch it because this doll is like a little child. It learns.
It's all spoilers here.
Yeah.
In case you don't.
Spoilers.
Earmuffs.
He learns stuff. He learns stuff like a toddler. In essence, this is like a toddler who speaks very, very well. And, he learns stuff by watching others, and he's a product of his environment.
Yeah.
Even with the safety protocols off, if these kids weren't watching horror movies and playing pranks, Chucky would have never evolved into what he did by the end of the movie. And, I mean, I do consider it the best, remake of horror movies, but we've had some shitty ones. And we've had a couple good ones, like I said, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'll go back and forth probably which one's better. Only thing that hurts the Texas Chainsaw Massacre when it drags on forever. This movie, it's almost 45 minutes for the first kill, but like the first kill is Chucky too, and the original one is about the same time when he kills the ant. But
it's an enjoyable 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're laughing, you're sitting there watching Andy play with Chucky, trying to program him, trying to get him to learn how to do it, and you're laughing about it, and it's funny.
And I know y'all contradicting yourself, hypocrites. This is a different kind, because trust me, the humor goes away when the shit gets real.
Yeah.
So it was appropriate. They had the comedy in the appropriate place, I think.
Well, it's like, okay, you got Chucky, who's, he's misprogrammed. The guy that was programming him, he got pissed off, got fired from his job or something. I missed that little part right there. But I heard that he got fired from his job, and it pissed him off that he reprogrammed Chucky to the point to where he ignored everything.
And then he killed himself.
Yeah. And so when he come out of the box, he's like a child. He's like a new child. He doesn't know nothing. Yeah. So anything that he's learning from Andy.
Like this thing, it hooks up. It's like to the cloud, but you have to download all that from the cloud for him to work with your other devices. Yeah. So like, in essence, you got to teach it.
Well, this Andy compared to the original Child's Play is a whole lot older. Yeah. You could tell it.
Yeah.
He's living in a time where, like we talked about, it's more technical, advanced and stuff. And so it's the original Andy was, like I said, he was younger, so he was a little bit more innocent.
I'm thinking he was like 8.
Yeah, but this Child's Play, or this Chucky, I think this kid's almost a teenager, 13?
Yeah, he's 13.
Yeah, he's a teenager, so he's into the horror movies, he's into cussing, he's into doing things that a teenager would do, and this Chucky doll learns from them things, like Jeremy said. So, it's just he looks at that. They're sitting there watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he turns around and sees what they're watching, what they're enjoying, what they're laughing about, and he thinks it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So he takes that in and he learns from that, and it just goes from there. Now, yeah, we did say I'm not crazy about comedy in my horror movies, but like Shooter said at the beginning of it, it's well placed because you see the learning process of it, and that's what makes it funny at the beginning. But then after that,
well, it's a smart director because if you're going to have 45 minutes before you make your first kill, you need that comedy. If you didn't have that well-placed comedy, I don't think I could have waited 45 minutes for the first kill.
No, you couldn't because you'd been sitting there like, is this ever going to happen? This ain't child's play. This ain't the movie we thought it was going to be.
And I've seen a lot of people, like I said in my review, shitting on because the kid was 13, but it's a different age, and I thought this kid did wonderful. I've never seen him in anything else, but like the emotion in his face when he's scared and like when he's begging to his mama, just watch the tapes. It's Chucky. You can see that he's trying to get her, and I thought him and Mark Hamill done the best in the film. I thought, and
they both did a good job, and all the kills were, in my opinion. All the kills that I seen, I enjoyed, watching because of the way they set them up and the way they went through, except one. And you know which one I'm talking about. I didn't like that one at all, but we're not going to spoil that. I mean, the kill was the kill. I know why it happened, but I just didn't like it happening. I mean, and whoever's seen the movie,
you don't like gory kills. That's the least gory of them all.
It was the least gory of them all. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can understand why you don't. But I don't want to give away too many spoilers. I want you to actually be able to watch it. So unless you're done with talking about 2 and done with the remake, we can move on to number 1, which if anybody who's smart will know, both of us will be the original.
Yep, number 1.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the original. And that's why it's at number 1. Which, I mean, I like the remake just almost as much as the original. But, it's the original. You're always probably going to like the original better in most cases, except maybe Friday the 13th. Maybe, and because it's not Jason, and we agree to love Jason. But some people probably like that one the most. But, look, it's Brad Dourif. Has the guy from fucking Fright Night as the cop. You got the mother from Seventh Heaven as the mother.
Yep.
And you got, I can't remember that, the aunts played in some TV show back in the 80s. I mean, they had a pretty good cast.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the original.
Yeah. I mean, it's an 80s horror flick, and let me see, back in the day, back when Child's Play come out, did we already have Puppet Master?
I think it came out probably around the same time.
Puppet Master, Demonic Toys. If I don't remember watching, I think my first doll movie that I watched that was a killer doll.
This one come out in 87. I know that it released in 88, but it was filmed in 87. Yeah. So
you had that movie Dolls, which I never did watch till later. But actually, that's a good movie too if you've ever seen it. I enjoyed that. It was actually pretty good. But this one, the original is what it is. It was a very likable movie. A lot of people liked it when it first came out. It was very popular. It sold real good in theaters. And I won't never forget a line in it when the old couple was getting in the elevator and Chucky's sitting there in the elevator. And the old couple was like, "Ooh, what an ugly doll." And the old man's like, "Well, don't touch it." And they get out of the elevator starts going down, and Chucky says, "Fuck you." Yeah. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, was
just
pretty
to
good.
show his little.
I mean, like this one, they had comedy stretched in, but it didn't overdo it like we got later in the series. I mean, the first 2 basically have a lot of comedy. We seen where it started getting bad in the third one, but yeah. And Brad Dourif was great. I mean, and I see a lot of people that they're not going to give Mark Hamill a chance, but give him a chance. But Brad Dourif is good. I mean, he's the original. From the opening scene when they're fighting and he gets shot and whatever the hell he says and goes. I mean, it's a great movie. But like the remake, it takes a while for Chucky to make his first kill. But when it happens, he throws the babysitter out the window and then from there on.
Well, I mean, this Chucky and the new Chucky, like you said, the original Chucky was possessed.
Yeah.
And he was looking for a body to take over. So he was ready to move quick. While this new Chucky, like you said, he's more into this generation. He's more technical. Everything.
And so like this Chucky's not sympathetic at all because the reason why. He told him his secret first, so he finds that out later that you tell the secret because they go to the voodoo guy, right? So he tells Andy when he first gets him that he's Charles Lee Ray or whatever, and then they go to the voodoo guy who, is it the Candy Man? Is that the voodoo guy? No, it might be somebody. It's somebody else. But then he tells him that he has to go to Andy because it's the first person told the secret. So this Chucky's not in it. He's no way sympathetic.
No, not at all. He doesn't show. I mean, the only emotion he shows is straight up, I want to slice your damn throat, because I need that little kid over there. That's all. That's his mission.
Yeah.
His mission is to take over that little kid's body. That's all he wants. The new Chucky, he's learning. Yeah. He don't know nothing. He, even Andy tries to teach him emotion, how to smile or look scary. And it was funny. One part, spoiler if you don't want to hear this, which, I mean, it ain't really a spoiler. It's just a little clip. But when he sits there and was trying to name him, and he called, Han Solo, and he's like, what? And it's Mark Hamill,
Did you say Chucky? So maybe the programmer guy programmed his name to Chucky. I don't get, or maybe because I know this is the same one the original lady brought back, so maybe they named him Chucky.
Yeah,
I don't know, but back to the original one. So yeah, it's awesome. I mean, like the struggle at the end, burning him, and what was the line that Andy told him when this is the end, pal, or something when he burned him? I just heard it.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but it was pretty cool.
Because it coincides because Chucky says something and then Andy says something right there.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was excellent though.
I haven't really watched that one recently, but I mean,
don't he say something like, "I'm your friend to the end"?
Yeah, well, that's what he says through the whole thing. That's the whole slogan, and yeah, and then he's, well, we are friends to the end, and he's like, "This is the end, friend." Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, I mean, if there's a Child's Play that I go back and watch, it would be the first one. I mean, there's a bunch of them I go back and watch, but if I had my choice to pick one of them out of all of them, it's either going to be Child's Play 1, 2, or 19, the one that came out recently.
Yeah, I watched all of them recently except for the Cult of Chucky, but that's just because I don't like that one. Sorry. Just because I feel nostalgic because the new one's coming out and I wanted to see it. I mean, everybody's talking about Toy Story 4 and as they should be. It's a more mainstream movie, but, I was excited about Chucky. Because I don't really have, I mean, my 3-year-old's into Toy Story 4, but my other ones, they kind of grown out of it, so.
You're going to be a kid to see Toy Story.
I mean, I understand you like Toy Story, but I enjoyed Shrek more than I did the Toy Stories. If we ever make a Shrek 4, I might be interested.
That's good. I mean, I was torn because I was going to go see this, but the reviews got me.
Yeah, you got to understand.
And everybody was like, oh, the child's age compared to the mama, and then the story was this and the story. And I listened to a lot of reviews, especially when some other remake horror movies like Pet Sematary, but I ignored it. And I said, the hell, I'm going to go see this movie. And I went and saw it, and I enjoyed Pet Sematary. But I ended up going and seeing Toy Story 4 anyway. Me and my girlfriend loved Toy Story 4, as you can see in one of my videos that we have down below, that my review on it. I enjoyed that. But I wouldn't have been disappointed if I'd have went and seen this in its place. Now, my girlfriend might not have cared too much for it because she's not that big of a horror fan like I am, like we are. But I would enjoy either one of them. And I thought about seeing a back-to-back double feature. I was going to see a movie about toys that cared about each other and loved each other, and then see a movie about a toy that wants to kill everybody.
The thing, most of the bad reviews that I'm seeing are, I would say about 75% of the bad reviews are people just going off of the trailer. They haven't actually seen it. And then if you go to some of these groups, like the one group that I started paying more. Group was the Joe Bob Mutant Collective on Facebook.
Yeah.
They had a discussion about this because this girl in the group, I don't know her name, it's not off the top of my head, but she asked, should she go see it? And I started reading the comments, and most of them were like, well, the dog looks stupid. And then there was some of them that said they seen it and they didn't care for it. And I mean, there was a couple of them, but and I started seeing that there was more and more of them that agreed with me that they thought it was a cool movie. I mean, and it's a varying degree from they really liked it to they just, I mean, they liked it, but it wasn't nothing impressive. So I mean, just remember, people, form your own impression, because even Nightclover here, he didn't want to see it at first, but he seen it, he gave in, and he enjoyed it. So there you go. And
because everybody has their own reviews. What one person likes, what one person don't like, you might like. And I agree, because I'm a part of that group also on Facebook, and I read them reviews and stuff, and a lot of people was bashing it, which a lot of people were bashing it from the get-go, like you said, from the trailer, from the way Chucky looked. But I come to realize, a lot of people bash movies too quick just based on the trailer. But we
really didn't get a good look at Chucky in the trailer.
It didn't really show a lot in the trailer at all. But people bash it for the trailer, for what the trailer looks like, or they'll bash it because they're just huge fanboys of the original.
Yeah, so
and they don't want nobody messing with movies.
That's the way I am with the Friday the 13th. So
yeah, and I mean that's the way. I mean, there's movies that need to be remade, and then there's movies that don't need to be touched.
Yeah,
and we can go into that at a later date. That's a later topic, but I wasn't disappointed in the remake, in the new one, and I enjoyed it, but it's not as good as the original.
Yeah, it's not. Slightly for me though. I mean, I really did enjoy it, but I guess that's all we got for this. Just stay tuned for more videos coming. I might do me another video later, a wrestling one. I don't know. I might want to talk about. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear about Eric Bischoff. The big three working for the same company now. Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman being named executive directors of Raw and SmackDown, respectively.
For the television shows, right?
Yeah. They have to actually no one but Vince. And a lot of people think it's a good idea. Well, we don't know. Vince always has the last word. Yeah. I don't know if Eric has any ideas in the top of his head. I got a couple shitty movie reviews I want to do, but I want to do one a little bit later because I got it from watching somebody else do a review of it. So I want to wait a couple months. But it's the Cinemassacre, guys. I just don't want to steal any of their thunder, which I'm pretty sure nobody that watches their shit's watching me anyway. But right now, but
you never know.
I don't want to step or piss in anybody's Cheerios too early. So I'll probably give it about next month, and I'll do that when I still need to do the drive-through. That's probably the next one that I'm going to do.
Drive-through,
yeah.
But with all that said, I mean, whatever, your list of Child's Play movies, your list of Chucky movies, what is your favorites? Leave them down in the comments below. We don't really get a lot of comments.
We did on my wrestling one, though.
Yeah, we did.
The wrestling fuckers come out. But you, Horror, and other people, y'all don't talk too much. Or the Facebook group, start a discussion on there, because I'll share this whenever I get it uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really all I got.
Yeah, that's all
any closing you like to say?
I'll just hit that like, subscribe button, share, and get us out there and keep us going. And go check out the new movie. It's worth seeing. Decide for yourself.
Yeah.
And if you've seen it, let us know what you think about it. Until then,
if you didn't enjoy it, tell us why you want to give us a big fuck you.
Yeah.
All right, and as always, shoot her out.